All right, this is daily chart of AEPL. Before I talk about Apple, I want to talk about in this video. I want you just to listen to the whole thing, as I'm going to be talking about the importance of confirmation, and I'm going to be talking about Twitter, Facebook, Goldman Sachs, and Apple. So you want to pay attention to the whole thing to get an understanding. And I'm going to be going into my profile page. Okay, so let's talk about the two confirmation stocks that confirmed versus the two that didn't confirm. And that's again the importance of confirmation, and the odds are in your favor. So I talked about Apple back around August the 8th when it reversed, and I talked about it needing to confirm. So let's go to that. So if you go to the August the 8th on my profile page, bear with me here. Here it is. Apple is set up for higher prices for low risk, high profits trade. Chart explains new points. Now, I identified this as a good options trade, and you'll see that now. What you do is you look at the chart and then you click on it, right? And you'll see that I said once the stock confirms, I expect this to take out 100 easily this time and break out to the 103, 104 area, which could make the 95 September calls easily gain 100 to 150% gains with very low risk. The way we confirm will be important. The worst case for this trade idea would be a small profit trade if it confirms. Now, of course, Apple confirmed. So I said Apple is setting up for a strong move higher. Today we bounced the 93.40 support area, which is bullish. You can see that over here. Nice key. So I made a nice video. I made a nice little thing. Basically, we need to confirm between above 96 and how it traded. And I said above 97 would be a strong confirmation. This is exactly what happened, right? I also talked about resistance and support and my expectations how long it goes. Basically, this was a very strong confirmed chart, and Apple already, those options, those 95 September calls that I mentioned, what did I say them over here? Yeah, right over here, right? The 95 September. They already have. They are close to 150% gain, and that's from within less than a week or two. So confirmation and realizing when stocks are ready to go. That's why I give specific instructions. Let me go to my profile page here, and so now let's go to Goldman Sachs. Goldman Sachs is a stock that recently confirmed. A lot of people were talking about it, the common breakout point. But my visionary lines were telling me that if we get the right kind of action, and again, that's why I talk about confirmation and everything, right? So let's go to, and this is what I'm working on, which is a big thing here. Goldman Sachs. Oh, sorry, my profile. And the Goldman Sachs trade, let's click this one here, was on August the 19th. Well, but on the 20th, right? So it was August 19th the day, but I released it on the 20th, just before the market opened. So let's go to August the 20th. All right, this is before the stock made its move. Goldman Sachs. Okay. There it is, right? So let's take a look. So you click on this, right? I go, one of the secrets to making 100% gains in options within a few days to a few weeks is understanding that a stock must prove itself. That is, has some real power to move. You know, if it just chops, you lose money. And I also stated this is another options play that could make easily 100% gain. Now, it depends which options you buy, but like say the 175 September 19 calls, they've gone up at least, I would say a good at one point today, at least 50% so far within a couple of days of confirming. So that's what my point here is that stocks need to confirm, and if you got to pay attention to what I'm saying, and there's a reason for it. A lot of people are thinking the stocks are bullish, and even though I might think something is bullish, you'll see me use the word confirm, and I've time and time again when stocks confirm and they do so properly, they become very profitable. And just buying into them, thinking that for sure it'll work, is blind luck, and most likely, you miss out, and then you have money tied up in somewhere else where you would have taken the better trade, right? So it's important. And again, Twitter and Facebook is a great example. So let's close this up here. I'm going to go to my profile. I'm going to go to Twitter now. So TWTR. I also talked about Twitter, and I also talked about it needing to confirm above 46.5. Today the market made a huge move, yet it couldn't move. So I could tell by the action was horrible in the morning, and I just didn't bother with it. And of course, this isn't going anywhere. Now, if it can get into the 46.50 to 47 area, and again, depending on volume action, that would tell us that this might really want to go somewhere. But when you have the market making new highs and the stock can barely budge, it's a warning sign that maybe this might not work out. And that's why I wait for confirmation. Though the pattern says one thing, the time frames need power, and that's why I know what to look for. And I'm not going to explain how I see this right now. But that's why you hear me talk about these ranges, and most people do not. They already think that it's going to go for sure. And you know what? No, it doesn't. To me, when it confirms, I get excited. I want to jump in, and I get profitable. Same with Facebook. I mean, Facebook, I've talked about Facebook before. Facebook hasn't been able to confirm really properly. And it's still, according to my visionary lines now, it's lagging miserably. So unless we have a lot of power and a lot of volume now in that, within that in that 75 to 76 range, this might not have the power to go to this 85, 86. So even though I'm bullish something, if the stock can't confirm, you get stuck in going nowhere, and you really need to see that power. Whereas Apple and Goldman Sachs did confirm, and they were very, very profitable, and that's what I want to make very clear here. I mean, you can see this let's go on my profile page, and we'll look for the Twitter. And I made videos. I'm bullish to Twitter. Right? I made a video why it would go higher, but I also said in that video that it may not work that way, but it's just the way that the charts are telling me. They more likely Twitter is going to move. Now, Twitter didn't confirm. Now let's take a look here, right? A lot of people were liking everything, but look at just because I'm bullish. Look what I'm saying here. I said I would like to see this break above 46.50 to 47 area, along with some strong volume. Now, if I see that action, and more now so to the 47, sometimes paying higher is better than paying lower. I'll tell you why, because then you're getting into something that really wants to move. This could be a strong 100% options winner, but without confirming, this is going to be a nothing. So I won't bother with it. I will get into something else. And sometimes, confirmed trades, they don't work out. And I'll talk about this as a sidebar, NFLX. But I also got out of it very quickly because it required, it didn't have the power. So even though it confirmed today and was profitable for a short period of time, I exited it. It might work, but it's lacking the power. I could tell that, this might chop around, and it didn't work out. But it was a small, and I could recognize it. And this is also a higher risk trade. It could have went, it didn't. But basically the Apple trade, out of these 4 trades, the Apple trade was still a big winner. I'm still in this. I've had runners and all that stuff. The Goldman Sachs trade is looking really good. And I got in here before a lot of other people, thinking that I needed to break a little higher. I mean, I was already confirmed based on my instructions. And let's go there and see let's go there, and I'll explain it to you. So you have Goldman Sachs. I said it is ready because I made the August 19th. So let's go to August 19th. Because that's like I said, everything I say is really documented on the my profile page. So where are you, August 19th? There it is, Goldman Sachs. What needs to happen for a strong move higher? I'm sure I explained. So let's click on this. And a lot of people on this, Goldman Sachs isn't really it's not much of a, I don't know, a big board to pay attention to stuff. But for my followers, I'm going to explain this now. GS needs to crack above 175, some strong volume, and hold above that level to confirm the possible power move. Do you know? It did exactly what I said. What happened was we broke up on Friday. Let me bring that. And I said this could be a good 100% gain. You know what? It looks like it might be. At least so far it's been 50%. what happened on this day? If we look at the open was 175, went to high 176, but you know, it held, even though the low was in the it opened up weak in the morning. They tested it down and went higher, and basically from that day it held, and it was very apparent to get in the stock on this day. It was one of those. It was an easy entry, and then of course it took off on Monday, and it was ready profitable. While other people were paying a lot higher, we, based on my system and confirmation, sometimes you can get in actually earlier. But you know, it's not about getting the best price, but getting the correct price. What gets you into something that's in action. You don't want to be in dead money in options. They gotta start kind of moving and making some nice profits. And it looks like this is well on its way to getting to 182 very quickly. So there you have a great update. You know, rewind this video. You know, pay attention to how important it is that confirmation pays, and that's what I'm working on more and more. And then, especially when I see stocks require volume and power, if that volume and power doesn't come in, I don't bother getting into those stocks because they're most likely going to be deadbeats. Thanks for listening. Like the video.